Sex is a skill that we learn. It's not something we just magically know how to do. Janelle here, certified sex educator, romance book lover, and I want to talk to you about the reality that sex is something we learn. It doesn't just happen. Yes, our body has some biological automatic responses that just happen, but the process of experiencing pleasurable, joy-filled, satisfying, fun sex, that takes learning and patience and growth and intentionality. It's not something that just happens. Now I'm gonna be honest, logically, that makes sense. Emotionally, that doesn't always translate for me. And I think so much of that comes from how our sexual frameworks are shaped and from the reality that our sexual frameworks are shaped long before we actually really start to step into our sexual self and to engage in sexual experiences. So our sexual framework is this system of expectations and knowledge and values and norms and perceptions that shape how we personally understand and see sex. So our sexual frameworks are shaped by all of the sexual messages and media that we see, right? In books, in movies, in show, in pornography, anywhere we see sex depicted, it's shaping our sexual framework. So every depiction we see of sex has pretty consistent messaging, and that messaging is that sex is easy, it's explosive, it's effortless, it's electric, and it's electric multiple times with little work. And so all of those messages and that through line does not really show us that sex is a skill, right? It leads us to believe that, hey, great sex should just happen and it should require little to no work. But that is not true, right? Because all of the sex we've ever seen is a performance. It is a performance. It is meant to entertain. It is not meant to show us real life. So a comparison I see often is people looking at something like Fast and Furious and they say, see, like that's a performance. That's not how people actually drive in real life, and comparing that to the sexual messages we see. But the difference is that your driving framework, your car framework, whatever you want to call it, is built in reality. It's established in truth, because from the second you come home in the car, from the hospital, or the first time you're in a car, you are building your driving framework, what you know driving to be, based on real life, not a performance. Yes, we see performances in cars, but unlike sex, because we're not encountering sex until until we're older in life. So in thinking about this and really, having some internal reflection, if we think about our sexual frameworks, they've just been basically built off of performances. And it's natural and normal then for us to then believe that sex should just be easy, because that's what we've been told our whole life. So go back to that idea of logically it makes sense, emotionally not so much. And so when we think about this, it makes so much sense then why we have this sexual shame, or we feel like we're broken, or we feel like something's not right with us, rather than realizing actually this is just a symptom of the bigger problem that our sexual frameworks was built upon a performance. It was built upon a lie. So if we want to build up our skill of sex, we need to go back to the foundation and rewrite our sexual frameworks so that they're actually based in reality and authenticity. So if this is something that you are interested in exploring more in your life, check out this free workshop. So what's so great about the reality that sex is a skill is it means that you can learn this skill and that you can grow in this, and that we can go back and reshape our sexual frameworks to be based in reality and authenticity, and just in a way that's going to lead to more pleasure and fun and satisfaction in your life.